diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Blake Mitchell, who's a center out of Austin Peay. How you doing, man?
How are you?
I'm good. Can you describe to our viewers a little bit about your overall career?
I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. Went to high school at Innsworth High School. Played football there. I was recruited out of high school and wound up walking on at Mississippi State University. I played there for 3 seasons, then transferred and came here to Austin Peay, and I've played one and got one left.
Cool. So, this past one was actually a really good year for you. I mean, you ended up being all conference, which is very nice. Um, Talk to me maybe a little bit about that whole transfer process. I mean, how did you end up? How did you end up at Austin Peay?
Whenever I decided to transfer, I just played my 3rd season at Mississippi State and realized I didn't think I was going to get the starting spot the next season, and decided it was time for me to part ways, and started talking to some teams at the FCS level. And then the tight ends coach at Mississippi State at the time was Coach Hudspeth. He wound up getting the head coaching job here at Austin Peay, and I called him to congratulate him on getting the job and told him that my recruiting was still open. And a couple of days later, I was signing the paperwork and headed this way.
Awesome. So that was kind of an easy transition, I think. So
Sure.
pretty cool how that works out for you. Blake, tell me, what do you believe is the best part about your game?
I think the best part about my game is my athleticism and also my football IQ. I also think that I run the ball downhill very well. Inside zone is kind of my bread and butter.
Cool. So that's pretty nice. Blake, I have you listed in my notes, about 6'1", close to 300 pounds, maybe 295-ish, depending on whether or not you have a good meal.
Yes, sir.
So what have you been working on this particular off season? I mean, obviously everyone's situation is unique this year. So talk to me maybe about where have you been working out and maybe what you've been working on.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, I was lucky enough to have access to a weight room this whole time. From it being my home weight room back home in Nashville, then at one point I went down to Atlanta, Georgia for a month and trained actually in Canton, Georgia, at Velocity Football Academy. I got to work out there for a month where they've got a weight room and a full turf field, and was able to get a bunch of O-line work done in there. And whenever I was there, we decided I would very specifically work on just my hand and punch speed. That was something in my game that I think could have had room and had potential to get better. So started working that there, then came back home, continued working out and working on that through my drills, and then have been working at a boxing gym recently on getting my hands moving a little faster.
Cool. So I don't know, not like MMA thing in your future. I mean, that's not there. I mean, not with the whole
Who knows?
boxing.
Football is all that's in the focus right now.
No, I'm just playing around. I mean, when people start boxing, I mean, it's I don't know. That's kind of where my mind goes. Hey, you're talking to me a little bit about your whole weight room experience and what you've been doing down at Velocity. Talk to me about your weight room experiences just in general, maybe about either what's your favorite exercise or just, something that you want to share from your experiences in the weight room.
Well, I mean, just overall for any O lineman, I think if you don't love back squatting, you're at the wrong position. So I'd say that's definitely my favorite lift. And then just overall for just an experience for me in the weight room is I'm very competitive, and I like to compete in whatever I'm doing, whether it be beating you to the door at the house or lifting more weight than you. But down at Velocity, the center at Old Dominion, Isaac Weaver asked me if I wanted to deadlift one day, and decided we were going to go pretty heavy, and I wound up beating him and topped out at I did 605 3 times for our last set.
Crazy. So 3 times. So I mean, if you did that 3 times, you could probably put on a couple more, just to max out. So that's pretty sweet. 605 deadlift. Awesome. Um, Talk to me maybe about a memorable play that maybe perhaps defines you as a player that you've been a part of.
For a memorable play, I'd say our last play on offense last year against SEMO. It was kind of early in the season. We had a quarterback. Our starting quarterback went down with an injury. It was kind of sidelined him for the season. And our backup quarterback, Javon Craig, stepped in. And this was one of his earliest games. And it was a big moment in the game. It was a close game. We were driving to win, and all we needed was a first down. It was third and medium, and we ran inside zone to the right. He kept the ball and wound up getting the first down, and just seeing how much our team came together for that moment. And everybody was kind of on the same page and clicking, and I think it was a big part of what turned into an OVC championship last year.
Cool. And Blake, tell me a little bit about yourself other than football. Let's step aside from that for a while. You're a business and marketing major there. You kind of transferred with that, and you said that you were going to be completing that here soon. What other things are, I don't know, maybe that you're maybe interested in that you're willing to share? So talk to me about some of your interests.
As far as school goes, I've got I'll finish up this December with a major in business and a minor in marketing. But then, I mean, aside from even school, I'm an outdoorsman. I like being outdoors whenever I get a chance, whether that be hunting or fishing, or even noodling, catching catfish with your hands, or bow fishing.
Cool. And, if you had the opportunity to, again, being a pro athlete, you have the opportunity to use that as a platform for, bigger things like a cause or charity. Is there maybe a cause or charity that you would, put some effort into as a professional?
I'd say definitely the mental health field. It's something that's affected my family and me personally with my cousin, who actually ended up committing suicide after being diagnosed with autism late in his life. And any way I could use my platform to give back to people that are suffering through that, or maybe need help going through that.
Cool. And, as we wrap up a little bit, Blake, just tell me a little bit about maybe why you play football and what's some of your motivation?
For my why, it's really a mix of my family and the people around me, and also the fact that football has been something that's given me a platform to be able to help people. And that's something that ever since I was young was instilled in me, is whatever platform you wind up, you use that for God's glory, and use that to help others.
Awesome. So final question for you is, give me your final pitch to a professional team as to, maybe why they should sign you, draft you, bring you in. What do you bring as a teammate?
I think as a teammate, I bring, leadership to a locker room, and I bring togetherness to guys. I've always had teammates from all different parts of the country and all different cultures, and I've never had any problems. I get along with everybody I meet. And then also I've got a great work ethic that I won't really be outworked, and it's something I pride myself on.
Cool. So Again, Blake, there's been a lot of guys that you really were able to compete with when you were, playing in the SEC. So I mean, you've obviously been able to pit yourself up against some of the greatest competition, quite honestly, at the collegiate level. Again, you found success at Austin Peay. And again, we're able to lead them to a conference championship, which was awesome. Really on my board, you are one of the top centers at the small school level. So I mean, I do think that there's a lot going for you, and people really need to know who you are. So, Blake, thank you for your time. Anything else that you'd like to add? Maybe some expectations for this upcoming season?
We're planning on defending our championship from last season, and I'm planning on having a great season again. I feel great, feel healthy, and our team's hoping to put on a show this season.
Great. Well, wish you best of luck this season, Blake. Again, Blake Mitchell, center, Austin Peay. Check him out.